shall we? And this is not for the faint of heart, because not everybody might be willing or wanting to hear this, and that's okay. Because I typically get hired to tell people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear, which is totally fine with me. And so, therefore, people will automatically cancel themselves out, disqualify themselves out of that conversation, which is also perfectly fine with me. But if you're interested to know the purpose of your trauma, then we can have a conversation about that. So, the purpose of your trauma, and I've heard much. As a hypnotherapist, I have heard stories that I don't ever want to repeat ever again. So I have been there and done that, not only personally and physically and emotionally, mentally and spiritually, myself in my own life, but through many other people's lives. So I think I've been here for like about 5 minutes or so. The purpose of your trauma. If you think the purpose of your trauma is for you to be living the rest of your life traumatized, then I think you have misunderstood something very profound. If you think the purpose of your trauma is so that you can spend the rest of your life moping around, feeling sorry for yourself, feeling like like you're a victim, woe is me, self-pity, martyr. Oh, I can't because. It will never happen for me because. If you think the trauma happens so that you can spend the rest of your life blaming and gossiping and complaining and it's everybody else's fault, you have missed the assignment. Now, I'm not saying, this is really important, I'm not saying that healing is required and therapy is required and that we do need to put this trauma into its place. And I'm not saying that you do not deserve and should take time out for yourself so that you can put this behind you and work with somebody who is competent in helping you. I'm not saying that. There is a time for grief. There is a time for compassion. There is a time for venting. There's a time for complaining. There's a time for you to tell your story. Yes, yes, and yes. But not the rest of your life, not your entire life. Again, if you think that's why the trauma happened, so that you can spend the rest of your life feeling sorry, that wrong, no, wrong conclusion. I promise you, why am I so convinced in this? Because I have worked with so many people who have had severe trauma in their past. Okay. Now, obviously, there's many degrees. And you know what? The minute they decided, I don't want to be victim mindset anymore. I don't want to drown in self-pity anymore. I don't want to feel sorry. I want to be able to turn my life around. The minute those people decided, I want to get help. I want to change this. I want to change my life. I want to be the one who says, watch me. That's when their life started to turn around radically, not just a little bit. All of a sudden, doors started to open, opportunities showed up, the right people showed up at the right time in the right places. Accident? No, strategy. That's called strategy and understanding that, here's another one. The bigger your trauma, the bigger your purpose. But I totally understand. Not everybody is ready to step into those big shoes. And I can completely, from a human perspective, understand and appreciate that. Not for everybody. Because again, there's a position we can take on where we gossip, complain, blame, shame, right? Look at all our insecurities, our inferiorities, and how we're not good enough, and how those people hurt us, and how they betrayed us, and how they shamed us, and how they blamed us, and how they told us you will never amount to anything. We can continue focusing on only that. And if that's all we do, you're going to be missing out because you still keep looking at all that darkness. Don't you think there might be a much higher purpose about this whole story? I'm here to tell you there is. But again, not everybody is willing to pursue that. Not everybody is willing. And look, either way is going to be hard. Either path is going to be hard. When you choose, hey, I'm going to spend the rest of my life complaining. I'm going to spend the rest of my life feeling sorry for myself. I'm going to spend the rest of my life comparing myself to other people on how I don't measure up and how I'm not significant enough and how I'm not smart enough and how I'm not fill in the blank enough. If that is where you put your energy and you keep your energy in that, I promise you, you're going to get a lot of yeses. You're going to get a lot of agreements. You're going to get plenty of people. There's going to be an audience there for you. There are going to be plenty of people going to feel sorry for you, and we're going to kumbaya together. And you know what that's going to lead us? Exactly where you started. Same level. Same level. Not a lot of light there. And that's a promise and a guarantee. Or you can choose to be like, yeah, you know what? This did happen. And it did suck. It sucked really bad. It was horrible. I don't ever want to think about it ever again. And now I'm ready to rise above. Despite of what happened, I want to be the one who says, watch me. I want to be the one who is, despite what strengths do I have? What talents are given to me? What can I do? Not what can't I do. Not what can't I control. The past is done. No more, can't control it anymore. The more we focus on it, the more we invest our energy into something we can't control. That makes no sense to me. What you can control always is this moment right now, the choices you make, the decisions you make, the attitude you have, what you think, what you feel, how you speak, what you say, and how you act. That is something you can always control. Always. Yes, it takes a bit of a skill set, but it's worth it because that's how you can change your future. And that's how the trauma suddenly will stop losing its grip on you. But that is a choice. That is a conscious, strategic, calculated, deliberate choice you get to make. And guess what? If you don't make it, nobody's going to make it for you. I promise you, nobody's going to save you. It's called human life. It's cruel. It's mean. It's not fair. You're right. Life isn't fair. Whoever said it's supposed to be fair? If that's the attitude we have already lost. That's not a useful attitude. Life should be fair. Well, it's not. The minute you start focusing and beginning to really look at, wait a minute, what are my skills? What are my talents? What are my abilities? What are my strengths? Where is my advantage? What do I have that I can put leverage into, that I can put more energy into? Because what good is it if you have a physical shape that happens to be attractive, but you never invest time, energy into your body so that it stays attractive, so that it stays fit, so that it stays healthy? You know, when my clients complain to me, I should be further along. Wait a minute, stop. What do you mean you should be? Because of what? What have you done so that you can be further along? Where's your investment? What are you doing to be further along? Moping around, crying over spilled milk, complaining about you should be is not going to serve us here. What are you doing specifically to be entitled to be further along? Where are you putting your dollar, your energy, your money? What's your mindset like? What's your attitude like? What are the action steps? that you're committed to every single day so that you can be further along? What are the systems that you have in your life? That literally, systems are what saved my life, because when I have systems in place, that means the job's going to get done. All my clients are scheduled. Everything that must happen in my life is scheduled. Why? Because I look at my calendar, obvious: workout, nutrition, fitness, water, sleep, clients, work, learning, scheduled, scheduled, scheduled. And that gives me the opportunity to say hell yes or hell no to all the things that don't even matter. The minute you begin to understand that you are a walking, talking, breathing miracle. Yes, you have been programmed. We all have been programmed. You can call it trauma, you can call it past, you can call it beliefs, you can, all of us. But now you get to make a choice. You get to make lemonade out of, if you want to call them lemons, no problem. Or you can stay stuck in the old story, keep repeating the same story, the same complaints, the same blame. That's a choice we can make. Either way is going to be hard. Because while I, for example, if I chose the route of complaining and blaming, while I sit here and complain and cry my eyes out, my competition is out there serving the people that need help. So then I can't complain that I should be further along if I'm sitting here not serving my people that need me. So where am I going to put my eggs, right? Again, this whole post was supposed to be about the purpose of your trauma. You are a walking, talking, breathing miracle, but not everybody is willing to go deep inside and pull out of yourself the miracle that you are. Yes, that takes work, that takes tenacity, that takes commitment, that takes discipline, that takes no excuses, that takes what else can I do? How else can I change it? How else can I improve? Where else can I embellish? Where, right? That's what it takes. You know, and it's so interesting. I'm just reading the comments here and talk about criticism or feedback. It depends on how you interpret it, because after or during a conversation like that, when a person, okay, their takeaway, okay, their big, grandiose, exquisite takeaway, you know what their takeaway is from a conversation like this is, dude, how old are you? That's their takeaway. And when I read something like that, I'm like, that's all I need to know about that person. Check. Got it. That's literally all I need to know. That's your takeaway. Cute. Very, very cute. Back to kindergarten. Bye bye. So therefore, just as an example, it is your privilege and your duty to select the people that deserve to be in the room with you, at the table with you. Yes, you get to make those selections because not everybody qualifies. Example here. Yep. Not everybody qualifies. And I promise and guarantee you that trauma taught you. It taught you a lot. That trauma was the training ground for your success. Because that's when you got to sharpen your sword over and over and over. And now you can either admire that sword, keep sharpening, or you can begin to use it, because you certainly paid a big price to get to where you are. So which is it going to be? Complaining, blaming, shaming, victim mindset, martyr? And every single human being is entitled to have that position, to have that, no problem. If, again, I don't ever want to be in the position of telling people what's right or wrong for them, what they should be doing or shouldn't be. It's not up to me. All I can tell you is what works and what doesn't work and how it works. For people who surrender and stay stuck in victim mindset, I'm not here to tell them that's right or wrong or good or bad. I can tell you that will keep you stuck in the same patterns, same people, same problems over and over and over and over. Or you can decide to rise above and say, no, you know what? I'm ready for new skill set, new mindset, new performance. I know that there's so much more inside of me. And also look back and recognize, what did you learn? How did you grow? What did you gain from that? What we call trauma. Because those are muscles nobody can ever take away from you. I don't know if anybody ever told you. Nobody can ever take those lessons, those muscles ever away from you. And today you get to use them because you're finally an adult who hopefully no longer depends on the people that caused you all this pain. Hopefully. If you still depend on those people, that's a different story. But there's a big difference between child archetype and adult archetype. Child archetype, I'm helpless, I'm hopeless, I'm a victim, there's nothing I can do. This is just how it is. I am stuck with these. True. As a child, absolutely true. And my heart goes out to all children right now who, adult archetype, radically different archetype. I'm going to handle it. I'm going to figure it out. How much is it going to take? No problem. What else can I do today? Response ability, the ability to respond, to recognize these are the problems in my life. Okay, I got it. I have my eyes open. I have my ears open. I'm willing to look at it. And instead of running away from them, I'm going to run toward them and say, I'm going to handle it. While everybody else is sitting on the sidelines, feeling imposter syndrome. I can't do that. It's going to be too hard. What are people going to think of me? What if they don't like me? They're not going to like you. I promise you, they're not going to like you. Chances are most are not going to like you. But those are not the people that are going to pay your bills or keep you warm at night or take you to the emergency room when you need it. So why would you even care whether they like you? Makes no sense to me. So yeah, they're not going to like you. They're going to leave you negative comments just like this. Like, yeah, I don't get, like, what? This is the best use of your time, is to leave me a comment like, dude, how old are you? That's the best use of your time. That speaks volumes. Like, I can about the caliber of person. It, and yeah, everybody is entitled. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody's entitled to their thoughts, to their suggestions. Everybody is entitled to their advice, and no problem. So are you. Responsibility doesn't mean you blame yourself and you shame yourself and you tell yourself it's your fault. It means responsibility, the ability to respond. Hey, I tried this and I tried that and it didn't work. No problem. Responsibility, the ability to respond differently. How else can I do it so that I succeed the next time? Whom can I learn from? What else can I watch? Where can I grow? What kind of workout do I need to do to get to that level? And sometimes the workout is learning communication skills. Sometimes the workout is, hey, I want to become a business owner. What do I need to learn about that? Sometimes the workout is, hey, maybe I need to get better at dating. Sometimes the workout is, man, I want to have a kick-ass body. What might it take? Well, so much of it is common sense. And too many people are busy sitting there reading diet books and books, like sitting there. Why don't you put the book down and actually move your body? Like, hello, genius. Yeah, exactly. I know. Common sense. Like, it's really not that hard, especially when it comes to physical fitness. It's not, I promise you, it's not that hard. And yes, the basic advice is still eat less, exercise more. It really is that simple. I wish I could make it more complicated. I wish I could. I can't. But maybe it's my limiting mindset. Anyhow, so here's what I've learned about the purpose of trauma. The bigger your trauma, the bigger your purpose. Not everybody is willing to step into their purpose. I understand and respect that. The trauma didn't happen to punish you, to make you, single you out somehow, that you're less than or inferior. That's not the purpose. This is human life. This is earth school. There is there's so much wrapped up in that trauma that is actually, believe it or not, helping you grow and expand, tap into that human potential that you are. And the only people that really, that I can help it are the people that volunteer themselves. They're like, hey, I'm ready for this now. I'm done. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being therapized and pathologized and analyzed and giving all these pills and meds. I still don't. So then now we can actually get started. And if you want more, of course, you know where to find me. There's a link in my bio. You can click on it. You can schedule a free consultation, and we'll have a spicy, satisfying conversation. See you soon.